Hey guys, how's it going? Shiny Zekrom here. This is, as you can see in the stream starting soon, we are doing an update stream to talk about kind of some of the stuff that's been going on recently and kind of give you guys an update about everything that has been going on. I may be changing music in the background, so if you do hear that change, that is me doing it. So, yes, Happy New Year's also. Happy New Year's. We are getting very, very close around here. Just as I mentioned, in the top left corner you are going to see kind of a little outline of how the stream is going to go. I'm planning to make this somewhere between half an hour and 1 hour. So yeah. And one thing you're going to see as we slate to the actual thing, here I am! This is a face reveal. This is me. This is me. Don't also mind the food in the background over there. Don't mind that at all. Okay, so as you may be able to see in the top left corner up here, some of the things we're going to be talking about today include future plans with the channel, such as what I want to do for streams and future video plans. Yes, the reveal. So future stream plans, future video plans, what I, mainly want to do with the channel and everything that's going on. Also the headset as well, because I usually have earbuds, but for Christmas I got a nice headset and everything. Hey Mickey, how's it going? Slayer Dan, Peter Drab, how's everybody doing today? Let me do a little thing here. I just want to post a couple things in a couple places here, so... Alright, sorry about that. You didn't picture me that way at all? That's kind of funny. But, so yeah, besides the whole talking about what's going to be going on with the channel, as you see in the second point, there is a possibility I'm going to be moving over to Twitch.tv. I'm going to explain the whole situation of what's going on with that and everything. So, do stay around for that, because it's a freaking story. And the last thing is question and answer with you guys. Maybe there's something that within the first couple topics of the stream that you don't see answered from me. And yes, Peter, most people have webcams nowadays. I just figured it would add a little bit more to the background, so it's not just kind of a big blank screen and like just pictures, the chat and the topics and everything. I figured it'd add a little bit more something. So then, yeah, towards the end, I'm going to do a question and answer, so maybe there's a question or something you wanted to know about me personally, or maybe say something I didn't get to answer that you may want to know about me and everything, so we are going to go through that. So, I suppose the first thing to probably talk about would be, where have I been? What's been going on? So, as you guys see, and yes, I am ready for tonight, Mickey. I am ready for a whole heck of a lot of fun. So, speaking of which, that is one place I've been, over at, as you see over there, Mr. SlayerDan216. I've been over on his stream quite recently. You should check him out. He's trying to reach 1,000 subs. Get him there. I've mostly been on his stream a lot lately and just doing some other things on games online, so I haven't really had the time to stream, nor like the motivation to really stream. So that's why you've been seeing a lot less streams and only really like a couple videos here and there. Like you've seen, I've done the PMU videos recently. I did the Terraria Halloween stream just to have a little bit of fun. But for the most part, it's been just other things occupying my time, where is streaming, I haven't really had the will or the motivation or anything. Yes, as Mickey said, SlayerDan is trying to hit 1,000 by the end of January. For me, that will more so go into the Twitch.tv, but first we're staying about what's been happening with me. So besides all that, you know, real life stuff, you know, being an adult is what you gotta do, and sometimes Why next year? Let's just say, me hitting 649 subs by tonight is not gonna happen off of one little stream. Hey Mama Slayer, how's it going? Anyways, so yeah, I've just been kind of busy with real life stuff and other games that I really haven't had much motivation. And thank you Mama Slayer for entering the Shock Squad. And she has officially shown off some of the new stuff I've done with Streamlabs. That is one of the things I've included. Instead of using some of the default stuff, before the stream took place, I decided to update that a little bit so it was kind of more of my personal preference and kind of shows a little bit more of stuff I relate to. So, yeah. Good, cold, but good. Yes. Because I saw that you guys got some snow today. That was... holy moly. We got some last night, but it wasn't too bad. But, yeah. So I just had many things occupying my time and stuff I've wanted to do more, alongside my stuff. Also, I should probably... give me 1 second here. I'm gonna do that, and... I'm gonna see about something really quickly, so I do apologize that I'm gonna be quiet for a moment. It's pretty but crazy. That's always how snow is. It always looks nice, but it's just absolutely crazy. Let's see. I am gonna raise that up a little bit. Let's go maybe there. Bring that up. And then bring that up. Okay, hopefully that does a little bit more. Because I also had a sound effect for that, but it doesn't seem like it went off, so that I was just adjusting the sound volume for the notification. So hopefully next time we can actually hear the sound for that, or hopefully it's actually working, because I tested before and it was working fine, but for whatever reason. But anyways, so yeah, just other things have been really taking up my time and just haven't really been having the motivation to really stream or do much besides just do a couple of PMU videos here or there, so that's why I have just kind of been dead since Halloween Terraria. I'm hoping that with this upcoming year I can maybe get into streaming a little bit more and hopefully try and make a little bit more consistent times for streaming instead of just whenever I really feel like it and whatever I feel like. Try and get like set schedules of what I do what day, which I guess would kind of start into our future channel plans that I wanted to talk about. So in terms of stream plans, one of the things I said was Pokemon Emerald was the next thing that I wanted to go through. I wanted to add a little bit more than just, you know, doing Pokemon stuff and just like playing those kind of games consistently and then maybe do like a Nuzlocke or something. I want to add stuff like Terraria, Starbound, Minecraft, those kind of things. I want to start incorporating a little bit more than just, you know, Pokemon and see how things go, see how people perceive it, and, you know, do my own kind of thing. Now, doesn't mean I'll stop Pokemon stuff entirely, it just might mean streams are not going to be like Pokemon number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and directly in a row. It could be like Pokemon 1, 2, and then oh, a Terraria stream, and then oh, maybe a Minecraft stream. Which, speaking of Minecraft, I am in a server called HoloCube, which SlayerDan216 helped me get into, which is we pretty much just do a lot of building, and it's vanilla Minecraft with like one, or I should say more so a few modded things here or there, but it's really not too much. It is mostly vanilla, except for like one person sleep, whoever's on the server, one person has to sleep, and then it'll become daytime again, stuff like that. It's not really much at all, but it's mostly vanilla Minecraft with building, and I'm not used to building, but I thought it would be a cool idea to, you know, explore, play with others, and have a good time, and, you know, get out of my comfort zone and start building a little bit more. So I was thinking about maybe streaming stuff I was doing on there, even if it's maybe just like doing a bunch of nether stuff or stuff like that. Now, they already like fought the dragon and everything, and you know, those kind of things, so I would have to respawn it myself, but I was thinking about expanding out and doing stuff like that. You know, see how people like it. Mickey with a $1 donation. You're welcome. Thanks. He just tested and shown what the donation looks like. Just an Electivire flailing his arms in the background with electricity charge and the text over it. I thought that was pretty cool. And that is my favorite Pokemon, so I thought that'd be pretty neat. Anyways, so that's those two. The other, there's the Super Chat one, and then there's becoming a YouTube member, but those two aren't going to be able to be seen because YouTube member and Super Chat, I had to have to get to 1,000 subs for those to see first. So, those two, unfortunately, well, what I could do actually is real quick, just do like a little, make sure those are saved. I'm at least glad the sound seems like it worked a lot better, like you could actually hear. But I'll show off. This is what happens if I had YouTube members. Just a Zekrom in the background charged flying through the sky, and then the text over it. That would be if you become a member. Yes, hashtag Mickey in the chat. Gotta show some love for Mr. Mickey. There was that, and then the other one I have, which was for Super Chat, was Flygon. And remember, guys, these are just test ones. This isn't actual anything I'm doing. A little Flygon through Pokemon Refresh, which is just a thing in the main Pokemon game. Showing, like, some hearts of love just to show, you know, appreciation for whoever donated through Super Chat. But again, we don't get that unless we hit 1,000 subs and apply for it on YouTube. But currently, after Mama Sub, we're at 352, I believe, so we're still 648 away. So unless I am to somehow hit that before the end of January, yeah, those two are probably not going to get used, sadly. Anyways, so future stream plans, I want to try and get through more different things like Terraria Starbound, Minecraft, whether it be HoloCube, I could play on like Hypixel server, on like, you know, different things. But the goal is to try and like, you know, get Slayer Dan with a $2.16 donation. Thank you very much, my friend. Time to make 600 accounts like PMU. No, don't do that. Don't do that. Especially because of its spam accounts, Peter. A while ago, or not too long ago, I should say, YouTube ended up getting rid of a bunch of spam channels and those kind of channels. And if they dictate that it's something like that, also, can we? I had to. Oh yes. Let's see, let's do this. Mr. Hashtag SlayerDan216, everybody in the chat, please, for our lovely donations. Also, we shouldn't make fake accounts. No, fake accounts and spam accounts were basically shunned by YouTube, and they deleted those kind of channels. So, if you were to do that, Peter, those subs would probably not stay too long, and that they would do a kind of purge like they did recently. I know there were people that lost like thousands of subs from it. It was quite the time. But yeah, so future plans, that's the idea, is to try and incorporate more than just like PMU and just the main series Pokemon games. Try and branch out to maybe like Mystery Dungeon games, yeah, still Pokemon, but also like Terraria, Minecraft, those sort of things, so that way we're not just sticking to one sort of topic. We can have our own fun and do like a couple different things if I can. And also, I want to hear this from you guys while I ask this, because this might go into future plans as well. If I'm to buy a capture card, such as like an Elgato or something like that, I could maybe start to try and stream games off my Nintendo Switch, such as Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, Splatoon 2, and I could do, excuse me, I could do those kind of streams, so you guys could watch me just play other games too off of Switch. And if I was to hook up maybe say like my Wii U, I could maybe And maybe even like my Wii, I could go back to like GameCube games and such like that if I was able to get that set up properly and everything. I want to hear from you guys. Do you think I should get a capture card so I could maybe try and start hooking myself up and try and get like some more games played out there, so maybe I could play some multiplayer games as well, so you guys can join in on fun with me? I think it'd be a pretty cool idea, but I want to know if others, not only through who's in the live chat right now, but also comment down below after this goes up as a video. Tell me if you would like to see those kind of things, where you'd like to see some multiplayer streams, or maybe even like, per se, like Splatoon 2, I could do like the story mode, for example. I'd like to hear if you guys would like that sort of thing, or would like to see that sort of thing. I should, it's a lot of fun. Yeah, proven by like, me and your stream, I have a lot of fun with it. It's just, I want to make sure that if that's what I want to do, I want to make sure that I want to put forth the money and the effort to be able to stream that. So that's why I figured to ask first. So that's everything I think I'd have to really want to talk about future stream plans. Just, you know, trying to get a more consistent schedule, play some different games and such. Future video plans, as you really see, the only type of videos I do. Also, hi Evil, how are you doing? Where are you planning to get a green screen? See, where I stream out of is in my room. You can kind of see by having like the snacks right in the corner back there. It'd be kind of hard, and I would... Cronubs donate Fort Blaze it. Oh my gosh, can we get a hashtag? It's actually, I know exactly who it is. It is actually hashtag Peter Drab. He is the one who is Cronub, as you guys just saw. So, if we can get a hashtag Peter Drab in the chat for the donation, thank you so much for the 420. Blaze it. A green screen would have to be, as I can maybe turn. I kind of only really have a curtain hanging over a window as blinds, so I would have to, at best, at the corners of the window up there, like say, let's raise my arms, right? Like right here, and then all the way on the other corner over there, I would have to put the ends of it. So it'd be kind of a little bit more difficult to hang a green screen, and my downstairs, I feel like that would also kind of be difficult just because of the way this house kind of really is. So, if anything, if I was to keep having like a face cam, you might just see the window behind me with a curtain over it. Curtain screen over green screen. But yeah, so you'd probably just see that, and then of course like the game screen and everything, and the YouTube chat. So it wouldn't be, you know, the most complex thing, but still like, yeah. So future videos, as you guys kind of see, Theo Leal Drews, hello, how are you doing today? So, future video plans, as you really see, I don't do much, many videos anymore. It's mostly a lot of streams besides like PMU videos where I go over the dungeons and such that most recently come out, or maybe the events once in a while that I maybe didn't cover before. So the plan would be, if I want to do more videos, I would rather maybe do series such as like maybe Nuzlocke. I can, like Pokemon Nuzlocke, I could record off to the side and have that as a completely separate thing from streams. So I don't stream the Nuzlocke, but then you guys have videos to watch besides streams. But then that could, at the same time, interrupt streams as well, because maybe I want to say record this on this day, and that's usually a day I want to stream. It's basically a lot dependent on the work schedule as well, of how and why videos could be hard to make, just because same day I might come back from work and maybe I just want to stream a whole day, and you know, it just get in the way of making videos and such, that one day I might want to stream, I might want to record instead, or do something along those lines. So it could be a little bit harder, I guess you could say, for me to be able to do something like that. So Yeah, that's pretty much video plans. Is I could just do maybe separate series here and there of games that would be easy for me to just kind of sit down and record. Like I started with Soul Silver and then moved it to streams. I could maybe do like, you know, Nuzlocke of games I've already been through and such for main series games that I could redo, but do it in like Nuzlocke styles and such. Those 9 years. I think that basically cover all the future channel plans, which would subsequently lead to future stream and video plans. So, the possibly moving to Twitch.tv, this kind of also goes off of what Slayer's been trying to do recently, is reach 1,000 subs before YouTube is making this decision. So before, YouTube was having 1,000 subs would be how many you need in order to apply to be able to get Super Chat as well as sponsorships / memberships for a channel. What these do is Super Chat is basically just like you're donating through my Streamlabs account. You are basically donating it but straight on YouTube, and there will be notifications in the YouTube chat itself for any and all for any donations. It'll just show in the YouTube chat and not like through the Streamlabs. So that's where the Super Chat notification I was talking about comes from. It's YouTube. After 1,000 subs you can apply for that. And then memberships / sponsorships is where you will pay a set price depending on country and currency, of course. I'll say for the US sakes, it's $4.99 a month, and you can support a channel and you can get like custom emotes and everything, which I don't exactly have any emote makers in the first place, so that me rushing to 1,000 isn't exactly, you know, the biggest thing or biggest care in the world. So, but instead of YouTube keeping it at 1,000 by the end of January, they're bumping it up to 30,000. Nowadays, it's very hard on YouTube to be able to grow your channel, because if you don't focus on one set game, one series of games, or one general topic, like staying Nintendo versus staying like Pokemon versus staying maybe Mario Kart 8 Deluxe strictly. YouTube basically punishes you with how the algorithm works, is it punishes you for not staying into one general topic, one general game, or one general like companies' games like Nintendo or, you know, Microsoft, those kind of things, or Sony, those kind of creators. It is a bummer indeed. Like, what if, yeah, it's really hard to work harder to get subs, because, and especially if you don't stay to one of those topics or one of the games or one of the companies like Nintendo games, etc., etc., your videos aren't going to get recommended to more people easily through this algorithm, and it's harder to get more well known and harder to get subs. And honestly, on YouTube nowadays, unless people find your videos through somebody else recommending it, or maybe once in a blue moon getting your videos recommended to them, honestly the best way to get subs is just stream, hope that people join in and sub so that way they can join in on your streams and such, or the only other way is just hope you get raided while you stream. Because how raids usually work is a YouTuber who is just finishing their streaming will find a YouTuber, who, or I should say another streamer, who's typically streaming the same game as them, or it's somebody they've raided before and they know they trust, exactly, or like just stream to absolute no end. So, what was I gonna say? And just hope you get raided, because every time a raid happens, a streamer who is ending will raid another person typically playing the same game as them, or they've raided them before and they enjoy their channel and they're trying to help that other streamer grow. If you don't get raided often and you don't have from those raids new people subbing to your channel, you're not going to grow very fast, and you gotta hope that bigger streamers happen to choose your channel. Otherwise, your channel / your stream, otherwise you're not going to grow very fast anymore. It just sucks. Exactly, that is a perfect example, Mickey. When Manklor rated Slayer Dan, I think Dan had to have gone up at least 30 subs that night because of just how many people weren't subbed to him before, and he happened to be playing the same game as Manklor was, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. What you did to get 1K subs long ago was trash LCS players and solo queue impulsive videos. Yeah, the thing with that, though, is League of Legends is definitely a more well-known game and has millions upon millions of people. Need Mr. Beast to donate $1 million. It would be incredibly insane if that ever happened, but it's not going to happen. At least not right now, nor would I think it honestly ever would. But unless it's a big YouTuber slash streamer rating another smaller YouTuber slash streamer and a bunch of people who weren't subbed before sub, typically when raids happen, anyone who's not subbed to that channel and raids the channel will typically sub to them as kind of like, hey, you're playing the same game, maybe I could join in again at some point if, you know, the main person I was just watching doesn't stream often enough or doesn't get the chance to stream. Oh, I could go back to this person and maybe I can start playing with them too and have a little bit more fun there. That's awesome when that happens. But if you, like I said, if you just don't get enough subs anymore, it's just not worth the effort. And say for me, for example, I'm at 352, I think it is right now. I would just take Mr. Beast to donate 1,000 subs. Yeah, that'd be a dream, wouldn't it? But, so I'm at 352, for example. I have to almost multiply the amount I need by 1,000, or I should say, more than that. I would have to have my subs multiply a little under 100,000 times. For me, or sorry, 30,000 times. Or, wow, I can't even say it. Sorry, how about this? My stream, or I should say, my sub count right now, I believe, is 352. I would have to take that 352 and multiply it 10,000 times to be able to hit the amount of subscribers I need in order to get Super Chat and being able to become a sponsor of the channel by the end of January. That's just a little bit of a ridiculous amount. I could maybe see something like 2,000 or 3,000 or maybe even a max of 5,000, but 30,000 is insane when you're smaller and your videos won't get recommended as somebody who's been doing what you do for years and years and already, you know, either built up a fan base or such. More clickbait. Except some people don't like to go the route of clickbait. Like, I don't want to ever clickbait. I would rather just, if my thumbnail's there, it's exactly what I'm doing and exactly what that video's focused on. Not just, oh, something that looks like it happens in the video, but it really doesn't, or, you know, something like that. That's not how I roll in thick elective iron all cap video titles. No, let's not go there. So, with all that YouTube is happening, if that becomes a point, I would rather just move to twitch.tv because no matter what game you're playing, your stream will show up in that, you know, specific games list of people who are streaming it. And it's much easier for people to be able to follow you. And instead of just like a raid where not everybody who is watching the stream may join, you can host other channels from your own stream slash Twitch channel with every single one of the viewers that was just watching your channel. And yeah, you'll hear a music change just happen. A stream that isn't at 5 a.m. my time. Yes, Vizo, how's it going, buddy? But yeah, so that was one thing. Was okay, I'm gonna head out now. Got other stuff to do. Yeah, see you later, Mickey. Thank you for the $1 donation earlier, buddy. Very much appreciated. But Twitch.tv, your streams, no matter what the game you're playing is, it's going to be a lot easier to find than, say, yours on YouTube Gaming. So, what that can easily do is, you know, somebody who might be stumbling along looking for somebody who also plays like Mario Kart 8 Deluxe who happens to be streaming it. Very easy to find them. You just click the follow button, and ta-da, you'll get and you give the give like the little heart to show, okay, and I can turn on notifications. And yes, Vizo, that is the moo. But anyways, so then you can turn on notifications so you know when that person's streaming, and you'll get an email every time that person starts streaming. That's pretty convenient. Well, YouTube, just when it's, I think, videos are streamed, you have to hit the bell icon. When every time you hit the follow button on a streamer on Twitch, it will automatically prompt you with the notifications. The bell, it never does. On YouTube, you have to click subscribe, then hit the bell button to get the best chance of being able to get the videos or streams that this said YouTuber is putting out. Meanwhile, Twitch, it's just like follow, and then off to the side, it'll have like any streamers that you're following. It'll show it right on the side, and you can just click that little link right there, and ta-da, it'll take you right to the channel that you want to watch. Meanwhile, YouTube, you know, if you gotta go to the home screen, hope that off to the left-hand side that you'll see that the person's live by a little red dot next to their name. Well, Twitch is it's just so much more organized, so much more well put together than YouTube is for streaming, and I know YouTube is more of a video-oriented site than it is actually a streaming site, but YouTube is basically almost making it shy away from people who are trying to stream on the platform, and that's not typically right to people who just maybe want to grow and start on YouTube and don't want to do Twitch. Because the more and more people that are moving to Twitch now because of this sort of thing, the harder it is for anybody who's just starting out on Twitch to really grow unless you find a way to be able to set out yourself. So, Twitch just seems like it'd be an overall better idea. The only way I would honestly want to stay on YouTube for streaming instead of videos would strictly be one thing, and that would be to somehow get 648 subs in the span of January, and that's it. So averaging out, you know, 4 or 5 weeks, I'm having to get almost 120 subs a week. That's nuts. That would essentially mean I'm doing sub specials every week that month. That's not going to happen. It's not. So moving to Twitch could easily be kind of a better plan to go to for streaming and such, and then maybe just making separate series videos on here and maybe make a little bit of an easier focus that way. So that's the whole possibly moving to Twitch.tv and everything, and what YouTube's doing for streaming and super chat and sponsorships / memberships. People call it those two different things, same difference. Yeah, exactly. Time to stream like 5 hours a day, 7 hours a week, or 7 days a week. I wouldn't want to do that. That'd take too much out of me, and especially like most of the time for me with that, Slayer would be if I'm like 7:30 to 4 for a shift. I'd basically have to come home. I get like an hour to maybe eat something, stream, and then I'm going to bed usually by 11. So I have like, by the time I get out of work, like less than 2 hours to myself, stream, go to bed, wake up, go to work, do the same thing unless it's a day off. Then I could maybe stream longer, but that's more so going to be dependent on how I choose to go about that later on at some point. So now, this part of the stream. The last thing it says up in the top left corner of the whole layout and topics about what's being talked this stream is question and answer. So if you guys didn't have a question you might want answered, didn't get answered, or you just want to ask something about me or my face, since now you see it and everything, go ahead and ask it now. Come up with a couple questions. Really anything you want to really ask. Yeah. And then I also forgot to mention, as you guys go ahead and ask like questions that you guys want me to answer and everything. One other thing with Twitch is they have the same exact thing as YouTube does with sponsorships as memberships. you can subscribe to their person's channel for $4.99 a month. And here's the other good thing about that. Not only can you sub yourself, but there is a way where if you use your Amazon Prime account, you can gift a free sub to any streamer that you want, and you'll get the perks of being a subscriber without actually having to pay for it. That's amazing, because say there's somebody who wants to support, like me on Twitch, but they don't have that $4.99 a month or don't have that easy option to do so. They can just use a free Twitch Prime sub every month to resub to me and just continue. That's awesome. And then not only that, like I said, you can use a Twitch Prime for a free sub. You can do a $4.99 subscription for yourself, but there's also tiers of subs, 1, 2, and 3. The only thing I can say is I will be there even if you go to Twitch, because I might be heading that way as well. You never know. Exactly. So, as I continue, as you guys think about any questions you want to ask. So not only can you do like tier 1, 2, 3 subs, which tier 1, 2, and 3 have a little bit of a cost differentiation. Like I think tier 3 is like $10.99, tier 2 is $7.99, and it's $4.99 for a tier 1. And basically the different tiers are basically usually more emotes and maybe different things depending on like Discord server, maybe a special chat or something like that. Sorry, I had a little itch in my ear, but that sort of thing. And not only that, but if you also are financially stable yourself, you can also gift subs to other people who may not be able to sub themselves. So for an example, I am Zappe55 on Twitch. There is a YouTuber I watch, a PokeTuber named John, aka Pokemon. Now, on his channel, I've gifted subs to other people who have said before, you know, oh, I don't have a, I may not be able to actually sub, I really wish I could. And I just gave him a sub, and it's like, it makes people happy, and that's what I like to see, people happy. And all it took was just gifting a sub, and you can do that. On YouTube, you, I believe, cannot give a sponsorship to anybody. The sponsorship is completely through you. I'm more than confident on that. I'm not 100%, but I'm pretty confident on YouTube. If you get sponsorships / memberships, you cannot gift them to anybody. Where on Twitch, you can gift subs to people. You just can't gift Amazon Prime Twitch, or I should say Twitch Prime subs. But you can gift any other tier subs, or just, you know, a regular sub. And not only that, but it can also give out subs to different different people in the community. Like there's a way where you could gift like 5 random subs to the community that is like watching the streamer at that time. They could do 100 if they want to, anything like that. And that's a really cool thing, is that you can give back to the people who may not be able to give a you know, who may not be able to sub themselves. You can gift them a sub, and it's just like, it makes it so much better for everybody, right? Whereas YouTube, you can't, you know, give somebody a sponsorship or a membership. You can't, you know, do anything like that. And you point out another thing, Vizo. You can build an entirely new following just from Twitch alone compared to YouTube. And if people really support you, they will follow you on Twitch and watch you no matter what. That's the biggest thing. If people like you, and they like you enough where they want to keep following you, they should be able to move to whatever platform you're on and be able to follow you no matter what. Twitch has a lot more benefits compared to YouTube, but again, it's just how the YouTube platform is. It is definitely more video oriented than it is actually streaming oriented. They added that option so that way people didn't have to go to Twitch, I think, if they wanted to. But obviously they're shying more and more away from streaming on YouTube, and that kind of sucks for people like Slayer, who's only a little less than 140 subs away from reaching 1,000 and being able to get, you know, sponsorships / memberships, and being able to donate through Super Chat, and having, instead of having to go through his Streamlabs link, donate through that and have that whole hassle done, when you could just go through Super Chat on YouTube and it'd be even quicker, just a snap of a finger. You know, that sort of thing. So, obviously, like I said, YouTube is different compared to Twitch in terms of a streaming platform. But if you're going to hold yourself up to want to be able to compete against things like Twitch, you need to be able to hold up to that. So, multiplying the amount of subs you need to get, whatchamacallit, having to multiply the amount of subs you need to get Super Chat and, sponsorships, multiplying that by 30,000 is quite the freaking jump. I would have maybe been okay what was I gonna say? Zappy just snapped 50% of the world away. Well, I mean, it's just what's been happening recently, and I only heard of what was going on through Slayer Dan's stream, who he heard it from the video of another person that he's good friends with and another streamer on YouTube who only found out that information. So it's just been kind of an insane kind of thing that's just like, well, if YouTube wants to be more friendly towards the people who want to use their platform, they're only just making it harder and harder and harder. Like, videos being harder to show up in people's subscription boxes. Like, oh, you have to click a bell to get the highest chance of seeing their videos and everything. No. Just have it the way it was, where if I'm subbed to somebody before, and they release a video, it shows up in my sub box. And it always did, without any issues. Not where, oh, you have to have the bell clicked to actually have the highest chance of the video actually showing up, and you'll get a notification of when that YouTuber uploads a new video or they go live or something. That's just no. And then the bell, you don't even get any notification about in the first place. That is, you have to notice it, or you have to look up what that even is to know what it is. I didn't know what that was at first because I was just out of nowhere. And I finally read about it, I'm like, oh, that finally makes sense. You didn't get a single word about what that bell did at all. You just saw it one day on the platform and that was it, after they revamped the site. It's like, that's great if you actually announced what it was instead of just kind of leaving it there for question. Meanwhile, Twitch, every time you hit the follow button on a streamer, you will automatically get asked right away with a prompt. Would you like the notifications for every time this person's live, where you will get an email saying that that person's live, which I don't know how many people, you know, check their email often enough, but if they typically know the times the streamer streams, well, it's great. Then they can just see it on the top left side that they're streaming. Well, YouTube, it's you gotta notice it in the bottom corner. Twitch puts it in the top corner where it's so much easier to see it. I don't know, YouTube. Your move. But anyways, this was supposed to be the question and answer part. Do you guys have any questions for me at all? I was hoping to answer at least a couple. I know you guys gotta have questions somewhere. Also, I do apologize if you see me drinking. I am a little thirsty because this has been, you know, 45 straight minutes of talking with like 2 sips of a Mountain Dew and that's it. So I do apologize if you see me grab like a water or Mountain Dew from the side of my desk over here like this. Favorite food? Ooh. Now, typically I would go the easy route and say pizza. But I don't. My favorite food, I would have to honestly say, would have to be burgers. And depending what kind of burger I have could really dictate, you know, where it was. So, my favorite is this burger I had from, oh, where was it? I can't remember the restaurant it was exactly, but, I had this burger that was like a, a whiskey bourbon kind of burger, and it was so freaking good. I can't remember where it was from. It was either like Red Robin or Applebee's or something along the lines of those restaurant chains. I had it there, and oh my god, it was so good. Because the flavor of the sauce that was used on it just blended in so well with the cheeseburger. It was so good. I definitely would have to say that. Best and worst Pokemon type. In terms of what I think, the worst type is, sorry, it's just an honest answer, and I know Weasel, you might hate me because I know a Pokemon you use a lot is this type. It's normal. What does normal really do? Normal is neutral on a bunch of things, Ghost is immune to it, Rock and Steel resistant. Other than that, it's just neutral on every type. What does it really do? How does it really change things too much? The only time it really changes anything is if a Pokemon has the ability to change that normal type move into their thing. When I go to America in March break, I'm gonna eat burgers all day. Yeah, you might go to a bunch of different restaurants and just try out a bunch of different things, dude. You will find that a lot of different places have good stuff. There's fire overall, generic, but yeah. No, fire types are a good type, but I kind of have to think about a best type. It's just, it's easier for me to think about worst Pokemon type because it's, honestly to me, it's just normal. It's a plain and simple answer because normal is a plain and simple type. It's unless a Pokemon has an ability to change the type of a normal type move into one of their stab types, that's where you could say normal could be pretty good. Other than that, it's just like it really doesn't do too much. Rock, Steel, Resist, immune to Ghost. Yeah. Master of none. Now, the best type. Now, I'm sort of biased towards Dragon just because, I mean, think about this. They had to make another Pokemon type strictly to stop dragons from running rampant in competitive play. Because there was only one resist in the entire game of Dragon, and that was Steel. And it's basically, if there's a Dragon type on the other team, if you didn't have a Steel, you were pretty much screwed. Even then, most dragons can learn some sort of fire move, like Garchomp and Fire Fang and Flamethrower, Goodra with Flamethrower. Dragons are able to learn a fire move, or even something like Earthquake that covers those Steel types, and then it's like, well, what resists both Dragon and Fire? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. They had... Yeah, and then poor Ice... I would say, Peter, that's the second worst type to me, is Ice, because the typing is absolutely useless defensively, because it only resists itself, and that's it. And offensively, it's only good against Grass, but you can easily go Fire for that. Flying, you can just go Electric. Dragon, but now that Fairies completely are immune to Dragon, you might as well just bring Fairy instead. So Ice just becomes useless because, well, what it used to be able to do, Fairies can do better, and you can just have other coverage moves that are better. I get like Ice Beam if maybe like you don't have maybe a Fairy type move or a Fairy type on the team. So I can maybe understand it then, but I would say Ice is definitely like next contender for next worst type. But I think I really would have to give it to Dragon for the best type, because not only are most of the dragons very useful in terms of competitive, most of them are pseudo legends, which for those of you who may not watch follow Pokemon too much, pseudo legends mean it's a Pokemon that is not a legendary, so something like Mewtwo and Mew are legendaries. Let's say this one, Salamence, isn't. But Salamence has the base stats of a legendary at 600 or higher. And most dragons being pseudo legendary, that's a feature in its own. But then, just because dragons had to actually have a type added in 6th generation to be able to slow down their power in the game, because they could just run rampant, because most of the time, as I said, dragons are in a fire or a ground move that can just obliterate the steel type that holds in their way. Then what are you going to do? Especially if it's a setup dragon, like say Salamence with Dragon Dance, sets up that Dragon Dance, who's going to resist that fire move? Who's going to resist that dragon move when it gets sent out? Zero before Gen 6. Nothing. So fairies, you know, being added to the game were literally to power dragons down and add a little bit more to the type chart, because it also gives something else super effective on dark, fighting, and stuff to resist, like fighting and bug and such too. So I'd have to say dragons, just because they had to actually add a type into the metagame to be able to slow down its power. Slacking's by far my favorite mon, since I'm lazy of when I do something, I put everything into it. I mean, you can't really sleep on slacking though. That's like one of the normal types I can say actually can hold its own depending on how you play through it. Because like doubles, I remember that strategy and freaking... So this might dwell on the personal side, but I was curious as to what my dream job is. Now, I remember you mentioning it briefly in a chat long back. Okay, give me 1 second. So what my dream job would be is to be able to create or design video games. That would be like the dream job that I personally want. However, I can say right now I'm not currently in college, but I'm thinking about maybe next year finally pulling the trigger. It's just been I wanted to save up a little money before going to college, so that way I had a little bit of expenses to use for college and pay for stuff, or be able just to have like some extra money. So like to pay for my, you know, say like meal plans and pay for books and, you know, other things like that. Just, you know, those type of things. Being able to pay for that kind of stuff. And that's why I took a break after high school, and why, you know, I'm not currently enrolled in college. But I hopefully would like to try and maybe get into it next year and finally pull the trigger. What was I going to say? Yeah, that's what I would say my dream job is creating and designing games. Oh, believe me, and it only gets worse and worse. Now, the cool thing around one thing in New York is community college is actually completely free. Co-op helps, yes, that is very true. And I actually did have an idea of a plan I wanted to do, which was go through 2 colleges and do a double 2-year plan, like 2 years at one college, 2 years at another. Now, another cool thing in specifically where I live, New York, there is a thing in place where if you go to community college for, you can go to community college free, but the backfire to it is after you graduate, you must stay in state for, I think it's 4 years. So essentially the same it would take for a regular degree you go through college for anyways. So like you go to college 4 years, you stay 4 years in the state before being able to do something. So that's an option, but co-op is definitely another good option as well. I've had that considered in the back of my head as well. Anything else you guys want? Because I got like maybe 5 more minutes before I'll end. Because I think we've been talking enough, and I think most of the plans of everything I've wanted to talk about have been discussed. I guess the major question I want to ask you guys, what would you guys like to see if I was to get an Elgato capture card? What kind of games would you want to see? Would you like to see the multiplayer games I mentioned to be able to have fun? You guys could join in with me? Because I think that'd be a pretty cool idea, but I don't want to put that kind of investment unless I know it's what I want to do and it's what people and viewers like to do. Thank you, Bizo. Yeah, everybody, it's really cool to hear all the different passions that people have, because it's really cool, honestly, just to hear about the passions of everybody and what kind of, you know, sparks their interest. Is Jango hard to get in the holiday event? Yes. However, you can get insanely lucky as well. Here's what happened with me. My very first run, good luck 2K19. Jango is 21 through 30 at any time, so at least you don't have to worry about time, you could just do continuous runs. However, it's the spawn rate that seems to be making a lot of people feel like it's making it a lot harder than it seems to stream. Or I should say stream. Make it a lot harder to get. Is just how rare it's to spawn. And then people are also complaining, oh, it needs to be easier to recruit. To me, it actually really wasn't that hard. I mean, it was, I believe, I was level 16 at the time, and I got a level 13 Jangmo. What was the recruit rate for me? It was 13%. I was Guildmaster and level 16. 13% for a Pokemon that becomes a pseudo-legendary that has 2 abilities of Soundproof and Bulletproof that block over 50 different moves. 50 different moves between 2 abilities. And you could even say it blocks 2 more moves that aren't Soundproof or Bulletproof triggering. And that's Hail and Sandstorm, because its other ability is Overcoat. So any damaging weather ability or harmful, sorry, not harming ability, any harmful weather effect like Hail or Sandstorm don't affect it. So not only are you blocking 50 plus different moves that are based off sound or bomb slash bullet moves, but you're also blocking essentially Hail and Sandstorm. So you're blocking probably between 50 and 60 different moves, and you won't get affected by Hail or anything like that. That's incredible. I understand why it's as rare as it is, and it should be as rare as it is. I mean, I got very lucky. Exactly, it is such a good mon. It's the only thing it lacks in PMU's real range. Oh my god. Can we get one last freaking... Oh my god. Dude, Chronum, you didn't have to do that. That $25 donation, everybody. Can we get a hashtag Peter Drab in the chat, please? Oh my gosh. Peter Drab with a $25 donation saying good luck in the upcoming year and everything. That's incredible, dude. Thank you so much. Oh my gosh. That's crazy. Good luck in the upcoming year and good luck. Thank you so much. Took a 3-hour shift today. Overtime is lit. Yeah, it's always a good thing to get that overtime. But yeah, just the amount of time it can take to get everything. 1 second.
I got it on and then...
Just the way you just made that sound just made it sound even more terrible. Also, guys, that's just my mother that you just heard. She was asking me to cut off a tag for her shirt that she's wearing, so that's the reason why you just heard something. That was just my mother. And less money, I have less junk I'll buy, so better someone else use it. Thank you so much, dude. I very much appreciate it. What was I gonna say then? But yeah, Jangmo has a lot to it when it evolves and everything. It's just the hard thing about it is it lacks a little bit of range. Like, the best range you have, I think, is a 2-tile AoE, and that's about it. But yeah, so it's rare for a reason. If you're gonna hunt it down, Peter, the best thing I suggest is set a lot of time aside to be able to do it. Like, go at it for a few hours, not just like 30 minutes. You're gonna need a lot more than 30 minutes. Especially if, say, you, what was I gonna say? Also, another music change, by the way. It's a little playlist I have of just, like, songs that I've enjoyed in video games. This one's Galactonite from, Kirby Superstar Ultra. Anyways, the, Jangmo's a lot. Oh, all-nighter, so hopefully. Yeah, we all got it, because we're all staying up for various reasons. But I'm excited to see what the future holds, you know? But, what was I gonna say? Yeah, Jangmo is just really rare. I'd set aside a lot of time if you're going to hunt it down. But believe me, it's well worth it for all that it has to offer in terms of abilities and moves and everything. So, one thing I did want to do is I need to move something over, so do give me a second here. One thing I did want to test was if we're going to turn the music down even lower. And as you saw earlier, Mama Slayer 2.5 hours before 2019. Oh, you're 2.5 hours in, my bad. Yeah, you time traveler. Stop that. But anyway, so Mama Slayer subscribed earlier. But you guys didn't even get to hear what the little sound effect was for when you're subscribing. So let's see if we can get that to work. There it is. It's the sound effect for the move Thunder in Generation 3. That's what that little sound effect is. And remember, any of those that you see, most of those were tests from me. The donations that happened were actually real. The Super Chat one wasn't. The member one wasn't. And that subscription right there was not actually stuff. It is just, I'm allowed to have a little bit of a test with it that I have it set up for streams like this. I could just do little tests. So I thought I'd at least show that stuff off, because that was something I did while setting up the stream, because it did take me a couple hours to set it up, so that's why it's a little later. But I think that really, if nobody else really has any other questions, I'll maybe give like another extra minute or two. If anyone has anything else you want to ask, you can ask now before I end the stream. And as the stream is also ending, I'll give shout-outs to everything that's going to happen. So the first thing that happened was Mama Slayer subscribing to me, so thank you again, Mama Slayer, for that. And we had 3 people, I think, donate this stream. We had Mickey donate $1. We had Slayer Dan 216 donate $2.16. And then we had Chronum not only donate $4.20, but also donated $25. So we've actually gotten a little bit over $30 this stream. So I can't thank you guys enough for the support that you guys have shown for even just a little stream like this, where it's just, you know, sit down and chat. Best Shiny Mon. Ooh. Personal favorite for me has to go to Flygon. Flygon has Electivire beat because it has more vibrant colors to me, and Electivire honestly just turns a little bit more of a brownish yellow chocolatey kind of color with a couple of blue electric jolts at the end of its little spark things, while Flygon has like the tint on the eyes change, the wings change, the outlines change. I just love shiny Flygon so much. So that's just my personal thing. But yeah, again, thanks to everyone who's shown support this stream too, but I'm not really earning it. Yeah, Vizo, no problem at all. Hey, you showing up here and just chatting with me, that's all that matters to me, man. We're enjoying our time, we're having a good time. You know, you guys got to hear exactly what's been going on with me and why things have kind of been quiet, but hopefully starting in January, I can maybe within the first week or two kind of get my plan down and get going on things and everything. Also, give me 1 second, please. Happy New Year. Happy New Year.
See you later.
See ya. Yeah. See ya. Sorry, my mother was just leaving off to her, where she's going for New Year's. But, yeah, again, thank you guys for all the support that you guys have shown this stream. And hopefully, within the first couple of weeks of January, I can, yeah, hitting the like button is always good because it shows that you like the content, or you shows it likes the stream and you kind of like this idea. And if you guys even want to have, say, a stream just like this where we just kind of chat, you guys can ask me questions about what's been going on, how's life going, and, you know, video plans, what I've thought of series before. You know, I can do more of these as well. Doesn't really bother me in the first place. Send us off with a kiss. Sorry, that's not gonna happen. No thanks. So yeah, if nobody else really has anything else, thank you guys for coming out to this little update stream to kind of, you know, hear about what's been going on with me. Hopefully what is to come out of future streams and possibly even future videos. Possibly a move of Twitch.tv. I will add one additional thing that will actually end this off. If I move to Twitch, I will try and do not only streams, but still do videos on the channel here on YouTube, such as PMU videos when new dungeons come out, or maybe even just games like Heart Gold and Soul Silver Nuzlocke, or Black and White 2 Nuzlocke, those kind of things. I would try to include videos as well as streams, so that way followings on both platforms would, followings on both platforms would be able to get a little bit of the, whatchamacallit, so they can get a little bit of best of both worlds, where maybe you want to watch streams and videos. You can follow me on Twitch and YouTube as well. I did, in the description below, post a link to my Twitch if you guys were so to follow. It is the twitch.tv/Zappe55. That is my Twitch, in case you guys want to follow, in case I do happen to move over to Twitch and you guys want to follow me to enjoy whatever I decide to put out there and, you know, make videos here. So, also, Peter, see you someday. Remember me when you're famous. Well, I gotta grow a lot more than just not even 400 yet, bud. So remember, as we're gonna be ending the stream, I suppose we should probably put up this by now. Stream is now ending. As you see up towards the top right corner, there is a link to my twitch.tv in the description below. Next stream, we're going to either be starting with Pokemon Emerald, beginning, you know, going through the game, or maybe another stream like Terraria. I've also mentioned the idea of Minecraft and, whatchamacallit, Minecraft, Terraria, Starbound, other games. It's just right now I also don't have the greatest of PC to do things like Rocket League and, more computer intense kind of games like that. So if I can maybe get a better computer, I can maybe try to stream Rocket League again, because I have tried once and it didn't exactly work out too well. I lagged too much while playing. But yeah, again, thank you guys for coming out so much, showing the support that you guys did. You guys are freaking awesome. Just leave it at that. You guys are awesome. Thank you for understanding everything that's been going on. And hopefully you guys will see more to come between streams and videos. Yes, HoloCube. That is the main thing with Minecraft. HoloCube. But yes, I will hopefully see you guys next time. Don't forget also, really quick, as I know I'm selling myself out, not only at twitch.tv below, don't forget to subscribe if you'd like to see more videos and streams and that sort of content from me. And there's also a link in the description to join my Discord group. So don't forget to follow, do any of that stuff. But anyways, peace out, and see you guys.